Oh God, here we go. Okay. Oh, lots of arguing just to get to this point. But this is real life, guys. So
Okay.
I'm James West, and this is Terry Arnold, and we own Ace of Spades Customs, and we're located in Las Vegas. Hence our sign here in the back. And this is just like a Q&A. We're going to have a little fun and so forth. And the reason we are doing these videos is that I'm 50 years old. I've been doing this for 23 years as a certified RV tech. And, I'm at that point of my life that I like to educate and give back to you guys, our customers, and then anyone out there that is interested in what we do and enjoys, seeing renovations and RVs turning, being one thing and turning into another. You enjoy seeing that kind of process. That's what we want to share with you, and that's what this is all about. So we do hope that you come back and watch videos as we go along and just share, in the whole process and enjoy it. So we've got some commonly asked questions that come up from customers over the years, and Terry's going to read some off.
How did you get started?
Okay, well, I think we can go all the way back to me being a kid. I played with Lego a whole lot. I spent just thousands and thousands of hours on the floor. And that's funny, Terry, watches me work and she says, well, why are you always working on the floor? I use the floor as a workbench, basically. I do have a workbench, but 9 times out of 10, I'm on the floor. And I think that just goes right back to me playing with Lego and building with Lego. And that's where all my creativity started. And I love Lego. It's just one of the most amazing tools. You're just taking little blocks in your imagination and you're just creating amazing things. And it's just as much as you want. So that's how I got going.
And you did more carpentry work.
So over the years, I started in doing custom mill work and did a lot of flooring when I came out of high school. Enjoyed that, wood flooring. Got to do some really cool flooring, like with curved transitions and around curved staircases and so forth. I got into doing furniture building. This is when Norm Abram had his show, the New Yankee Workshop. Loved that. Couldn't wait, come home from school. That was the first thing I would, put on PBS and watch that, and it was very inspiring. And that's what got me actually started in buying tools and equipment to be like Norm. I'm 50 years old. I've been starting to buy tools and equipment when I was 14. My first purchase ever was with my own money, and it was a lot. It was a Delta, old school Delta 10-inch contractor saw, and I still have that. I still use it. It's right here in the center of my shop. I love it. It's lasted forever. I've replaced the motor on it and the switches. I use my tools and equipment. So that
went to school.
Yeah, and in 2000, the year 2000, I did go to trade school up in Kelowna, BC. It's a 4-year apprenticeship program to become an RV technician. And I did that. I worked at a dealership.
He was at the top of his class in school for the 4 years.
Yeah.
He's very smart.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And through the course, I actually started sort of dabbling and teaching fellow classmates that I was just a little ahead of them, which is fine. Everyone has their own levels. And my instructor was kind enough, his name is Jim Ingram, wonderful man. And he saw that I was kind of teaching my fellow students, and encouraging them to get better within the whole education process. And that's where I started really loving the idea of teaching. They actually invited me back to the school to see if I wanted to teach first-year students. I declined I just, my place is in the shop. I love being in the shop, and that's where I want to be.
And they don't make any money, so.
Oh yeah, the instructors don't really make the best kind of money. So that was what I was told. So, but anyway, but in the process of educating, I got to come up and formulate my own classes that I taught RV owners. And I still do guest appearances here and there at rallies and so forth. And we did actually put our whole course, it's a 15-hour course, and we put it on a DVD set, and then you can also buy it online. So there's a little shameless plug. And that's still available, and that's the RV seminar. So if you go to our website, acespades.com, what the I don't do computers, guys. You can actually, if you go to our website for our company,
It'll be listed down below.
There's a link on there, and you're welcome to purchase that. So it's great. It's a great instructional video. It's a little dry, I'll be honest, but it's good information if you can get through that. There's a little bit of humor in there as well. It's all the stuff that you as an RV owner really needs to know. You know, there's thousands of videos on YouTube, and a lot of it's kind of misleading and just not the greatest information. So this is kind of the nuts and bolts, weed out all the crap, and really gets you to the things you need to know as an owner.
Okay, so then you went to work at some dealerships.
Yep.
Not thrilled with that. Then we started our own business.
Yeah,
That was like 8 years ago now.
Yeah, in 2000, I started off at a little dealership. I do prefer smaller dealerships versus the big monster dealerships. It's more of a family atmosphere versus the big business model, where all the employees are just have a number, and you're just there to crank out the work and get your paycheck, and you know, it's a little more lifeless and so forth. So the smaller dealerships are more personable. You get, I think, a little bit better quality of service. The dealership thing was it was a stepping stone for me. I learned a lot. I enjoyed it.
But no custom work.
Yeah. Now, fortunately, my first dealership that I did work for, there were jobs that required custom work. And I was fortunately, I had a service manager that was open to the idea of me doing work. I had my own workshop at home. And what I did was basically moonlighted. So I would work all day at the dealership, go home, do jobs that they needed for the next day. So and then I'd bring my, like a dinette set that had to be built and go in, and then I would come back in the morning and install it, and they loved it. They found it to be a great asset, and that gave me the chance to do my custom work. Eventually that evolved into me finishing my apprenticeship and going out on my own and doing exactly what I love. And then, 2008 happened, the economic bubble burst. Unfortunately, I couldn't keep my own little company going, my first company, and went back to a dealership. And anyway, so it's a process. And then
So 8 years ago, we started our own business.
Yeah.
In BC, Canada.
That's correct.
And then our taxes went way up, so we decided, James had a fit because our taxes were just atrocious. So he said, we pay 2 rents and we have money left over to go to Vegas twice a year. So we said, James says, why don't we move to Vegas? And I'm like, I am totally in. And so we decided that we would try the whole immigration process. We got a lawyer and paid them a whack of money, did whatever they said, and we've been here for 3 years.
Packed everything up.
Oh yeah, that was just a
you,
preach.
me, the dogs. And,
3 semis. Yeah.
Yeah, what a
2
change of life,
motorcycles.
and it's been just wonderful.
We love it here. It's just beautiful. It's fabulous. We do anyway, so we do mostly all custom work, and now our jobs
95% of our work is custom, which
Yeah.
is my specialty. It always has been from day
Yeah.
one. So it's just a good fit.
We are booked up for a year and a half. Most of our custom jobs are 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes they're a few weeks. We have some builds coming up that are going to be quite large. We're finishing a very modern build, a whole enormous. What is this called? A Kenworth? What's it called, honey?
Oh, this is just almost like a toter home.
Toter home.
It's
yeah.
a big project here sitting in our other bay.
We're going to be starting that up again in a few weeks. Right now, we're doing a bar trailer. We're doing a Bloody Mary bar, and for one of our favorite clients.
And being custom, our every job is different, and everything's a one-off, and that's the difference. It's extremely rare for me to build the same thing over again. Everything is 100% unique. Even the Winnebagos, we do a lot of Winnebago renovations. It's a very good platform to work off. We love Winnebagos, and they have so many models. And even though I've done pretty much the same models, we do a different flavor. Every customer is different, and they want a different look. So we cater to that, and that's great.
Okay, so what motivates you?
Motivates me. Just being able to
help people.
Yeah, and it's kind of the artiste in me. As my friend used to say, you're an artiste, an artist. I'm just a creative person, and I love to build, and I love to share, and this just gives me the opportunity to do everything.
Sometimes we just have free reign. Customers just say, just do your thing, and just do whatever you want.
And when you look online and you watch other people and other companies, everyone has sort of their own style. Like I can tell my work compared to like Camper Paradise in Utah, a very good company. They have their own style, and you can tell that it's their work. And Innovative Spaces in California, when you're looking for a customizing shop, you just have to find one that resonates with you, and so you got an idea of what that company or that person is going to do for you, and that's just how you pick a shop.
And we've had clients drive from 3 states away to come work with us just because they want James to do it.
Located in Vegas, we've had customers from Texas, Montana, California, Utah, Idaho, lots of Californians. So it's amazing that we're pulling work from other states, just because
there aren't many customizers.
Well, that
around.
too. We are unicorns. You'll hear me say that a gazillion times. We are unicorns in the industry. We're a small part of the industry, but people can't just always go out and just buy the new flashy RV. These RVs.
There's only like one other customizer in town that does what we do.
That's true.
Like there aren't so there's some larger dealerships and companies that do repairs, but they just refer to us to do any
the dealerships are not set up to do customizing. They're not interested in doing customizing.
They're not trained to
do it. You have to understand there's 18 trades within our trade. Like, you got to know a lot of stuff.
So he knows all the plumbing, electrical, any kind of wiring.
Yeah, all your cabinet making, your flooring.
The flooring.
It goes on welding, fabrication, putting accessories on, custom building stuff. You're doing dashes one day and flooring, stereos, and
installing an entire shower,
upholstery. Yeah.
We have an upholsterer that we love.
Yeah, he does all my sewing. I do half my own upholstery.
Yeah, we do lots of vinyl.
Yeah,
he does most of all of our larger pieces, the captain's chairs, sofas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we do valances, which we don't like because they're a huge pain in the neck.
But it still needs to be done.
Yeah.
So what we end up usually doing with valances is just updating them, cleaning them up. They're usually quite busy and
ugly.
And sometimes the patterns of the fabrics are
there's like thousands of staples, and sometimes we just end up making all brand new ones.
It is easier just.
And somebody will have like 11 windows, so it's just Wow.
Yeah, it can.
It takes
it
days.
Can, it can take a half an hour to 45 minutes just per valance.
On a good
you
day,
know,
yeah.
because usually we have 2-tone or even 3-tone ones, and you're forming the material around your wood structure.
We have
your
to
plywood
get
structure.
the blind just to fit. We have a really good blind company,
Yeah,
though.
and putting blinds in and so forth. So
Yeah,
it's
super
a time
fun,
it's
yeah.
a time consuming process. But anyway, we do balances, and we I hate them, but they're fun.
They have
They're
to
all,
be done sometimes.
They have to be done.
Yeah.
So we do them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Other
generally,
questions?
what's the process? A customer calls in, they
So
say,
customer finds us.
Yep.
Yay, we're
Yeah.
here. And yeah, it starts off with a phone consultation. Sometimes the customer will come in, and we will show them some of our work that we got going on at the same time. We do have pictures on Instagram as well as our website and so forth, which helps the customer get an idea. I like his work, or versus a different company, I like their work instead. So the consultation is basically what I tell the customer what I can do for them, and I want to find out what they want, which is the most important. And then I do make suggestions as well. They're not always familiar with what we do and what we can do for them, so it's an education process too.
Usually people start out with flooring. They're like, hey, I want to get my flooring done, and then we're like, okay, and then they have to wait.
Then it leads into some
starts leading into
upholstery, some changing, maybe updating sinks, handles.
We do
faucets,
lots of sinks and the faucets. You almost have to get those done. All the handles.
And I encourage customers to have fun with their RVs.
We don't have to do all brown. I mean, we can. We have samples in our office of tons of kinds of flooring and laminates, and just beautiful.
We pull
beautiful
materials from anywhere and everywhere. So we don't just stick with RV stuff. We bring in residential. We bring in some commercial products. We bring in even a little bit of marine products, just to give the best for our customer. So, to achieve a certain look. And I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, but I also really try and invoke a bit more of an emotional side of the design. What kind of feeling do you want to have in your coach? Do you want a warm, cozy, fuzzy feeling? I've had customers that, like geologists, that needed a desk. The desk they worked on the road. Still enjoyed their RV, but they wanted the ability to do work. So, computers, printers,
Yeah, we do a lot of desks, and we do a lot of. It sort of depends. Like some people want a TV. TV comes up behind a fireplace. They'll want a wine bar. We do a lot of that. We do a lot of lighting. Some people might want
lighting upgrades.
I
I
really like doing.
Really play with lighting. It can really change the mood inside your space. It's a small space.
Sometimes in the bedrooms, we're like, "Hey, do you want a sexy bedroom?" And they're like, "Yeah, I'll have a cool bedroom." And and a lot of it's lights.
The types of lighting now that are available. The LED. We have LED that looks like neon strip light, so you don't see the dot of all the lights. They have color changing lights, dimmers. I do different zones, so you can really create. Sometimes you want it bright, and there's lights that go super bright, and then you can dim it right down to a comfort level. Sometimes you want it, not bright, and sometimes you want it bright if you're reading a book and so forth. So we really focus on lighting. It really changed the whole game. The whole game plan of an RV space. You can really achieve some really
exactly what they want.
And some really cool.
And we
interiors.
talk about budget, so we need to know.
Budget is always
sometimes
a thing. So
budgets are pretty good here in Vegas. So it's usually not an issue.
And people understand that it's going to cost more. It's I build with these. nothing's cranked out with like a CNC machine. It's all hand built. It's it's a one-off. I don't just go to a shelf and pull off stuff and just install it. It's custom built for you. It's I choose the wood. I choose the wood grain, the wood color.
The stains
I
that
match stains. And that's always been one of my specialties is to all my work. It doesn't just stand out in this like an elephant in the room. I blend my work into the rest of the coach, because you don't always redo the whole thing. So, make it look seamless. And I also approach my design work, for that I design for customers to be like more of a timeless, I don't want it to look dated
in a couple of years.
In 10 years. Yeah. And as I started off as an apprentice, I worked on a lot of Winnebagos. And Winnebagos always had a bit of a timeless design to their coaches. After 20 years, it starts to look dated, which is why we're doing renovations on coaches that are like 15, 20 years old. So eventually it gets, a dated look. But like I like doing clean work, clean lines and so forth. Or, if a customer, like one of my favorite styles is rustic cowboy, and you'll see that in my office and so forth, in my own personal trailer. That's what I gravitate to, and that's what I did. So if you have themes and styles and so forth, we can definitely cater to that, and that's what's cool. Have fun with your coach. I mean,
James actually built us a teardrop trailer from scratch, and we have a video on our site about the whole teardrop build.
Yes.
And we literally did everything. It was over a 3-year period. It was about 15 weeks in total.
And if you are ever in the Vegas area and want to look us up, you are welcome to come, and we will always take customers and people that are interested in seeing the trailer. It is very unique. It is teardrop on steroids, and it's just
there's a fireplace.
It's got a little fireplace, a lot of cool little features,
lots of
in it,
storage.
jam-packed.
I have more counter space than some of these other larger RVs for
That's
sure.
true. So it's you can see pictures and videos all day long, but to see it in person, it really always blows. It's basically a rolling business card for me. It's been very good and well received. I mean, you don't have to love that rustic cowboy look to appreciate it. It's everyone seems to just like, it's such a cool trailer. So yeah, we're always welcome to show you at any time.
Okay. So, James, what are your favorite tools
that
you use to customize?
Yeah, so there's 18 trades, and I've been shopping since I was 14, so 36 years I've accumulated a good collection of tools, and I thought I'd share some of my favorites.
A lot of these tools just make it easier for us.
One of the most used tool, I think, is just this simple little thing. We call it a Richard tool. This one the brand is called Richard. It's from Canada, but Titan, and there's a slew of different companies that are making it. It's just a pry bar, but my God, this is the most perfect tool that we use in our industry. And I've got a slew of them. They come in different sizes. I've got super long ones, wide ones, small ones.
Alrighty.
This is just a really good tool.
Okay.
Air body saw. We use this a lot. This is a Rigid brand. And then I've got and other air body saws. I've got bigger ones and so forth. We use this quite a bit. Now this particular brand is S&P Air Tools. I love it. You're not going to hear me slam other tool companies, but I will share with you tools that I love and materials that I love in all these videos, and I hope that inspires you. But S&P tools are made in Japan, Japanese tool steel. It's tool steel, super high quality. I do love these guys, and I got to meet the owners at SEMA. They're just cool.
We go to see them every year. They hug them when they see him, and they recognize him because they know he's going to buy a bunch of tools. Yeah.
There is a company in California called Vampire Tools, and I use their needle nose, their linesman pliers, and they have a slew of other tools. These tools in particular are unique. They have a tooth design at the end of let's see. Oh, geez. uh, at the end of the jaws, and they're great for removing strip screws. God, we get a lot of strip screws and broken off screws in RVs, and these have just been worth their weight in gold. So that's Vampire Tools. Caulking guns, you're gonna. I've put tens of thousands of feet of caulking in my
Miles, yeah.
yeah, miles and miles of caulking. I suggest if you are an RV owner, invest in a good caulking gun. There's some, I've tried many different brands and so forth. This is a Tajima Convoy Light. It is light as a feather. Really good quality. The body separates like this. Fantastic. I just love
Did
this.
you get that on Amazon?
Yeah, you can buy them all on Amazon. Even S&P tools, you can actually buy on Amazon as well.
We buy almost half of our materials on Amazon.
It's been really good, honestly.
We have a supplier. We have one supplier that we deal with.
We have wholesalers
mostly,
and so forth,
yeah.
but
we have a lot of wholesalers, but
Amazon's.
We always check Amazon first.
I mean, it's just especially lighting. The lighting, 12-volt lighting available on Amazon is just endless.
And faucets.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot of faucets.
The sinks.
Faucets, the styles and the colors. I mean, it's everything, anything and everything. Other caulking guns I do like is Albion B12. That looks like that. And then I even use air caulking guns, pneumatic. I can't tell you the brand name of this because it's Chinese. It's actually extremely good. It's available on Amazon. So that's what
It makes it so much easier if you're doing a lot.
Yeah, it's super silent. You just pull the trigger effortlessly and it just shoots out. And when you undo the trigger, the flow stops. It's just been amazing. So sanders, we personally really like Mirka. I do have some other brands and so forth. Dynabrade is another one we've got. A good sander is wonderful. I hate sanding, but it's a necessity, and I do some hand sanding as well, but we love the Mirka. So those are just some of our favorites. As the videos go, you'll see me working with tools, and I'll probably stop and just explain what the tool is, what it does, why we have it, and probably share with you the brand. So I don't get sponsored by anyone. I don't care to be sponsored by anyone. I just have my favorites that, tools I buy that are comfortable, work well within my budget, and fit my hand and is very comfortable
and
work
we
with.
have a lot of Grizzly machinery.
We've got a few pieces from Grizzly. We really like Grizzly. That's made in Taiwan, very high quality. That's been good. I love DeWalt Old Delta tools. That's what I started off my collection with and so forth. But you'll see stuff along the way, and I'm not here to really focus on that. It's focus on what we do and why we do it is my main goal.
Okay.
Another question.
What's the difference between a custom shop and a dealer?
So touching on that a little bit earlier, so a dealership basically does sales and service.
Mostly sales.
And parts. They usually have parts departments as well. Again, they're not interested in doing the custom work. It's just a whole nother side of the industry. And
they don't have woodworking shops. They don't have a vast array of tools.
Exactly. And then
the guys aren't really interested, we find.
Yeah, the dealerships too, like when you get the RV technicians, they too have their schooling and so forth, and some of them are old school. They just fall into the trade over the years and just end up learning along the way, as we all do. So especially with the big dealerships, you'll find that the technicians will be good at probably 5 different aspects of in 5 trades, and they kind of stick with just that comfort zone of 4 to 5 trades, and then another technician beside that technician will know another 3 to 4 trades. So I mean, as a combination, you get
your repairs done.
You get your repairs done and so forth, but to find or what the customizers do is they're good at all of it, or darn near most of it. So, again, that goes back to the unicorn, is just finding that special person that knows almost all of what needs to be.
Yeah. Like we'll do flooring, and the client will say, "Oh, by the way, my air conditioner's not working.
So,
Can you please fix that?" Obviously, we're going to fix it. We don't want them to go someplace else.
Yeah, and we do repairs as well. I mean, as a technician, that's what you start off, is learning how to repair stuff. Nowadays, unfortunately, there's not as much repair. It's more replace. It's a quick, get the customer in, bang, replace the part, bang, 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 and get the customer out, collect your paycheck, and gone. I'm still of the age where I will repair stuff. That's what I'm trained to do. That's what I like to do, and I like to find out why stuff broke. Why did that break, and how can we prevent that down the line as well? So,
yeah, we don't want our clients coming back in a month or 6 months and saying, "Oh, this broke." So we try to do everything perfectly the first time around.
Yeah, and we really focus on quality. Quality, everything that goes out the door, that is my business card, and that's my name on that. So that's why I focus so much on it being right. I'm quite fussy, and that's what a good customizer should be like. Ask questions when you're looking for a customizer. Is ask a lot of questions, and if you're not getting the answers back that sort of make sense, or doesn't sound good to you, then that's not your custom shop that you want to go to. So I encourage customers to ask questions, and I have to give the right answers, and and all those answers that I give are really heartfelt. They're based on my experience and my knowledge and my expertise, and that's what you want.
Okay, I think we're good.
Another question is, well, how many employees do you have? Well, unfortunately, we don't have employees right now, so it's just the both of us and 2 Chihuahuas. And we have had a friend of ours that did come in and help us, and that was all right. But again, it's difficult for me to to train someone. It takes a lot out of me, and I find that I'm not focusing as much on a job that I want to focus, where I have to sort of babysit someone else. So, I mean, eventually I might find someone that is like me, that unicorn, and we're always open to that too. It's a more of a special person in a specialized trade doing special work. That's how I see it. So right now it's just the 2 of us. She's my third hand, and the 2 Chihuahuas, shop foreman, as I call it, and the other one, well, he's just we'll call him a mooch. And you'll see our dogs
running around.
Bolero and Bodie. You'll see them in the videos, and they hang out with us all day, every day. Is there any other questions?
No.
Do I teach? So yeah, getting back, that was another question that we had on our list. And do I teach? This is my platform for me to teach. I do love teaching, and I give back. And then again, I mentioned our course. So I do hope that as I say, I invite you guys to go with us on this journey of these videos. It's new to us. I'm not techie at all. I'm hammering nails and taking raw materials and transforming them into beautiful little pieces of art that fit in RVs and enrich people's lives. And
I do everything else.
Yeah.
We're good.
And she keeps, I make a mess and she cleans it up.
Yeah.
So I'm good at making a mess.
I love cleaning, so that's fine.
It's a good partnership.
Except when we lose a tool.
Oh yeah,
that's a huge meltdown. So we always.
Well, I need my tools to do my job.
We're getting better. I mean, we're a lot more organized.
The shop has evolved.
We kind of know where most of the tools are. But in the beginning, it was pretty atrocious.
Well, it's a process. So we've got the shop always grows, and we're always reinvesting in it too, and that is at the customer's benefit too. that we make it as efficient as possible in our shop to do the best quality work on the most timely manner to fit someone's budget. And that's very important to us. So it's just constantly striving to be the best. I'm not going to say that I am the best. I think when you do that, there's always going to be someone that's even better than you. So it's just a matter of constantly improving and
learning.
Yeah.
And we encourage to put in any comments if you have any questions. We'll be monitoring that, and we always have a lot of very specific questions. So put it in the comments. We'll get James to answer them.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's no problem.
So our motto is do your good better and your better best, and that's what we're here for. So we're going to conclude this, and I hope you come back. I hope you learn something, and you might get a laugh watching me do things. I'll explain a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, and it's just
also just sitting back and relaxing and just watching other people work. I mean,
yeah.
We watch Bad Chad in Canada. We watch we watch we have like 5.
Curtis from Custom or Cutting Edge Engineering in Australia. I do love watching him. There's other YouTube channels, Make It
like
Custom.
Auto builders that we just sit and watch for an hour, relax. Just
it inspires me, and it reminds me that I'm not alone in doing this kind of work. Sometimes you feel alone, like you're the only guy doing this, and problems come up, and you're like, oh, geez, I'm the only one experiencing these problems.
Every job's like, why is this a struggle every single time? And why can't we get these screws out? And then you watch one of these shows, and everybody's having trouble getting screws out or having some kind of a small crisis.
And it's how you deal with the problems too. It's rarely that a job will be just textbook perfect. There has been, fortunately, a couple along the way that have been textbook perfect, and you really cherish those moments. But RVs are hand built again. They're not cranked out by machines and so forth. So you're dealing with odd issues.
A huge variety, actually.
And every coach is different, and even every make is different. Every model is different. Models the same over the 2 or 3 year span are different. It's just so it's always curveballs, and that's what we're trained to do. You drop off your coach, and it's now my problem, and I'm the one that has to deal with the problem, so that you, the customer, do not have to have those problems and worry about it. And that's the goal. That's the whole goal. And we stand behind our work. That's important too. In a customizer shop, do you stand behind your work? And yes, we do. I always have done that, and I always will. And that's very important to me. It has to be right at the end of the day. So so
okay, we're good.
I think that gives a little bit of a taste of who we are and what we do. And
just join us. We're just gonna do a bunch of videos of our jobs, and we have all sorts of content all the time,
and we hope you enjoy it. And you're gonna see me struggle, and that's just real life. And there'll
be some swearing.
Yes, there might be some swearing. That's just the way of getting through it. So anyway, we'll conclude that, and I hope you have a good day and enjoy. And we'll see you in the new year. All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye. Yes, and thank you. Bye.